Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday morning in Colorado, anyway. Saturday evening around the world, and even Sunday morning, probably somewhere. Glad to have you guys here, and so many blessings. Such a blessed day. Do want to start off our session sending out love out to the world. So if you do want to join me, I would love you to do that. It just multiplies the love. And whether you're watching this on replay or live, it can we can meet outside of time and space because unconditional love energy from above is outside of time and space. So I'm just going to take a big deep breath and come back to this moment right here right now, and just allow that unconditional love to flow down into our heart, fill us up, and flow out to the world. And if you are in need of love right now, whether it's for your heart, for your mind, for your body, or for any situation in the world or in your life, we send love now. We inhale love, we exhale love. Beautiful. Thank you guys so very much for joining me in doing that. Really appreciate it. Absolutely. So, before we get started, I just want to make sure a couple of things. I was reading uh, some of my old postings, and there was a beautiful one on Facebook that was from Byron Katie, which is gratitude is what we are without a story. And I'll put it down there. And I really like that because one of the things we talk a lot about on this channel that come through in readings is how we have the power to choose what story we put around any situation. And so when something happens in our life, depending on what stories we were told, these opinions of stories that we were told that when this thing happens, this is what it means. When we are applying that story, we're not in gratitude usually, unless the story is to be grateful, which is not usually the case. That's not usually what we're taught, right? So I love that awareness just around that when we take away a story from any situation, then it just is, and we see the truth for what things really are, instead of the story that we have in our head about it. So I really like that. Excuse me. And of course, today is the final day to watch any of the videos. Let's see, this is going to be for, let me put this in here too. It's going to be for the 11/20 week. So here's the playlist for the November weekly energy update. So if you are new to my channel, what I do each week is like this morning at midnight this morning, I put out next week's weekly energy updates. So the week before, the one that are have the 11/20 in the title in this playlist, if you watch a video and comment on it, then you are entered into a drawing for a possibility of winning a free 30-minute personal recorded reading from me. I'm going to do that every week until the end of the year. If you watch more than one video and comment on it, then you actually get entered into um, multiple times into the drawing. So if you watch it for your moon sign and your sun sign, your rising sign, whatever you are drawn to, just watch them and then comment, and then you'll be entered in the drawing. I'll be closing out the drawing this afternoon for last week, and then I'll pull a name and I make announcement tomorrow. So I'm excited. I've been loving doing those readings. Also, I've been putting out daily a winner for the 1 hour personal recorded readings. I think we are up to number 6. I think I posted number 6 today. So we've got 4 more winners coming. And in those videos, there's also a uh, giveaway within the giveaway. So if you watch the videos, I mention what the giveaway is in there, and how you can enter for that. So I know I just love giving stuff away, obviously. So those are the big ones that I wanted to mention. Well, let me mention also December, since December is so close, we also have December monthly readings out, and that's the playlist for that. So that is what we have, and I am going to jump into readings now. So thank you guys so much for being here. So glad that you are here. Yes, Byron Katie. Yeah, so you know Byron Katie too. Yeah, Byron Katie, amazing, amazing. So if you ever have a chance to check her out, she's got YouTube videos and a free website. It's called The Work, TheWork.com. And there's a judge your neighbor worksheet on there, which is amazing. You just let your ego just throw up on the sheet around a situation, and there are these turnarounds that just free you. Was a life changing experience, and I it's become a part of my life where I see the mirrors. I talk a lot about mirrors on this channel too, which is a lot about her philosophies and the wonderful process she has. So, all right, so let's get into hearing from spirit. Let me just make this window a little bigger so I can see a little more. All right. So, Vidi, hello, you are up first. I am doing well. So, what does December have in store for you in terms of love? And I'm still going to be using the True Heart Intuitive Tarot for this session today. Let's see what Spirit has for you. What would they like you to know in terms of love for December? All right. Wow. Boom, boom, boom. So let's take a look here. All right. So your first two cards coming in here are the King of Cups and the Seven of Cups. And I like this for you because it's like December. These are all about emotions and the feels and feelings of love. And there's some emotional um, fog, some confusion, just like a lot of emotions that are coming in. Where I love the King of Cups being in here, though, because the King of Cups rolls over emotion and has both air and water, which allows them to have this balance that comes in between heart and mind. And so you can even see here he's kind of throwing one cup away because he's knows which one he wants to choose. That's one of the powers that the King of Cups learns is the power of choice, that he gets to choose what emotion he wants to feel in each moment. And I feel like this is what you're learning during this time is what emotion you want to feel in December, this power of choice. So I don't feel like love is coming in as far as this individual that you're meeting. I feel like you're working on your inner love and your power to choose what emotion you want to feel, and also any looking into the expectations that you have around relationship, because you also have both the Queen of Swords and the Four of Swords. And it's interesting that the King of Cups rolls over water, but all the kings get air. So it's a balance between mind and heart. Well, all the queens get water, and the Queen of Swords rolls over air. So this is also a balance between mind and water. So definitely a consistent message about balancing heart and mind in the month of December. You have the Ace of Swords here, and the Four of Swords, usually they're sleeping on the Ace of Swords. So there is this message about peace of mind and cutting away expectations that no longer serve you around relationships, and you're really um, zeroing in on the Ace of Swords, which connects you to the capital T truths of the higher realm, those things rooted in unconditional love. And there's transformation that comes in. I always want to zero in if I can here. See, those are butterflies, not flies. You know, when you're further away, you're like, is she surrounded by flies? No, they're butterflies. So that's transformation of thought and belief and mindset that is happening. And I really like that for you because the more that you're doing this, the more you're opening up the expansion and you're allowing more to come in uncertain ways. So it's not like this is how the relationship has to come about. This is who I have to be in a relationship. This is who they're supposed to be in a relationship. It's all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are clearing away. And I kind of you might have seen I chuckled in the beginning because they have the temperance card, which is all about balance and patience and it's unfolding. It's just taking time. You know, um, temperance, this is called tempering, which is the going back and forth in between the cups, which is the purification of your love, your self-love is what I feel in this case. And so it is preparing you though, because your heart is opening up and it's magnetizing it, which will draw in a higher love. Because as we say, what we if we do what we always did, we get what we always got, right? And so there's this clearing of things, this and with this change of your heart, you're going to repel old ways and old individuals that you normally would have drawn and draw someone who's more in alignment with where you want to head, and you don't want to go back into the past. You're wanting to head forward and move in that direction. So that is what they have for you, VD, for December. So I know it sounds like, well, it sounds like work. It's freedom. It's like a letting stuff go and just feeling lighter and lighter, like a big hot air balloon with all these weights holding you down. You're just cutting off all these bags, these sandbags that are just dropping, and you're going higher and higher towards the love that you're wanting. So I like it. So that's what they have for you, VD. So many blessings to you. All right, Shay, you are up. And you want to know, what does D think of you after messaging him yesterday? Is he happy about it? Will he respond eventually? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about this? All right, so let's take a look here. So what does he think after messaging him? Okay. So you got the Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. So that is about new excitement, new passion. So it definitely created energy within them. And the Four of Cups is emotional stability. And so I feel like that made them look at what is the love they currently have or have had, and what do they want in love. So you definitely spark some emotion with them reflecting on their emotions. And we'll take a look here and see, because your second question was, well, is he happy about it? And will he respond? So let's take a look here. So, I mean, the Two of Cups came out here, which is about partnering and relationship, obviously. So I feel like with this, with the happiness, he seems kind of like a thinker, right? Because these two cards came in, and the sevens are about like a block. If you think about sixes as three on each side, there's this beautiful flow. And if you have like a three, a five, a seven, a nine, usually it means thunk, something stuck right in the middle that is wanting to be seen and wanting to be addressed in their life. And so with this, it's like this is what's being addressed. Their feelings about emotions, and not really feelings, but thoughts. Because the Seven of Swords represents the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that he has that are keeping him from moving forward in a relationship. And the Seven of Wands represents them. I feel like they almost have this hesitancy to move into relationships because of what other people would think. that they're afraid that they would be attacked from other people, um, either because they feel like their friends or family or someone don't want them to be happy or have someone else in mind. And I feel like, they're just like figuring stuff out. So this has brought the stuff thunk, thunk, thunk right into their mind because of the swords and then their energy. So it definitely, I feel like, with the 4 of Cups, there's some happiness there, and they do have the Star card, which is the wish fulfillment card. And again, this is, you know, the, 2 of Cups there that they're pouring themselves out. They're looking for their wish fulfillment, and so in between, like, them figuring out what their wishes are in relationship are these, and this is kinda like the block that's going on. So I feel like when you say eventually, I think you're picking up on the energy that he's got some figuring out to do and things that he wants to understand in his life and just know what he wants and to see is he going to be influenced by people's unhappiness, you know? It's almost like if you have like, let's say they have 3 single friends, and they're always complaining about not being in a relationship and da 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 da. And if he's like, "Gosh, if I get in a relationship, is this gonna throw them into this, 'Why do you get a relationship?'" and stuff like that. That's kind of energy I feel like from that 7 of Wands. But, I like it for you. I'm feeling this very positive energy that you messaged him and that you're sharing it because I feel it was important for you to express that because I feel like you are moving past the blocks that you had and you're flowing in what you're wanting and what you're wanting to have in your life. You are understanding more and more what your dreams are. So like your wish fulfillment, and you're figuring that out more and more. So I do like that for you, Shay. So many blessings for you. We'll see what happens, how long it takes him to figure things out. All right. So many blessings to you, Shay. That's what they have for you. And then double, triple, quadruple X, you are up. You want to know if you are an empath. Let's take a look here and see what spirit would like to say here. So, what would you like to know? If we get the Queen of Cups or the High Priestess card, those would be good, excuse me, good cards to confirm that. But we'll see what they bring up here. Okay. So, Queen of Cups. So I said Queen of Cups or High Priestess. Queen of Cups rules over water. All queens are given a second portion of water. So she's double water, which allows her to dive deep into her heart and her emotions and picks up other people's emotions. And so they're like peace of mind. You have peace of mind because you can let go of, that 4 of Swords talks about connecting to higher truths, capital T truths that are, um, you know, um, rooted in unconditional love. Allows you to cut away a lot of the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around the emotions that you feel from others because we're taught that when someone feels this way, this is what it means, and how we're supposed to feel, and da 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 da, and you're supposed to cure everyone of all their bad emotions. So you've been given a gift of feeling other people's emotions, but the empathic gift, that's a small piece of it. And it's kind of this not like it's not as shared as much the other side because usually empaths we're feeling so overwhelmed you almost feel like it's a curse rather than a gift, and so a lot of empaths will be, oh my gosh, I feel so overwhelmed, and everyone's like, ooh, I don't want to like grow my empathic gift because this sucks. But that's just a small piece of it because we're given the gift to feel other people's emotions, and we can build up a gelatin mold around us where people's emotions come in and stop, and we can look at it and touch it, but it doesn't get on us, and we don't take the emotions into ourself. Something else that you can do, it's like our heart has a huge hose, and empaths, and everyone is an empath to an extent, but we some people have bigger hoses that allow more energy to come into us if we're not putting energy out. And that's the whole thing. That is the true gift of empaths, the powerful side of empaths, is that we can pick up other people's emotions and the energy that we're around, but we can also, um, once we fill up with unconditional love inside, as you develop more inward and upward and allow yourself to fill up and overflow, then that unconditional love overflows out. And like a fire hose, when it's on, nothing is getting back in that hose, because that pressure, that power of the water coming out, you can't. And so you can't make people choose um, what emotion they're going to feel. But when you walk into a room and you feel it, like a lot of tension or a lot of chaotic or sorrowful energy, fearful energy, you can like put out these bursts of unconditional love, and it can make it easier for people to choose love over fear. And we also can walk into a room that's up, and if we're in a bad mood, we can also be putting out this other energy that makes it easier for people to choose fear over love. So we have very strong power as empaths as far as influencing emotion, but everyone gets to choose what emotion they want to feel, regardless. So, some information they wanted to give you, evidently, and to anyone else who's an empath in here, about the power that you can wield. And the biggest thing we can do is focus on our self love and grow that. Because the more we fill up with unconditional love, the more that is what goes out to the world. So that's what they have for you, double, triple, quadruple X. Many blessings for you. All right. We will keep going down the list here. And thank you guys so much for being here and already for all the thumbs up you're giving the video. You know, it just helps spread the Zen love. And I really, really appreciate you being part of that Zen love tsunami. So thank you very much. Excuse me. Let me take a quick drink here. All right. So, uh, Kavashri Napal. I probably murdered that. My apologies. So you'd like to know what Spirit would like you to know as far as blessings and what to expect in 2023. So let's take a look here and see what they want you to know. All right. Anything else? All right. Well, that's a good extra card. We'll get to that one here in a moment. So for next year, the Six of Cups, I feel for you is that you're going to have someone contact you from the past that you haven't talked in a while, and it's a positive thing. I don't feel like it's an old ex that you're like, "Oh god, not them." This is gonna be a great reunion of sorts of, individual from the past, whether it's like an old friend that moved away that comes back to visit, or an old family member that you haven't talked to in a long time that, like, moved out of the country and is coming back to visit. There's a really significant reconnection of someone from the past, next year. And so I really like that. And you have the Five of Discs here too, which would be the Five of Pentacles in the Standard Tarot. And this is also this wonderful change. Five is the number of change. And this is this transition and transformation of how you're looking at your worth and where your sustenance comes from. So it feels like this movement from fearing about, am I going to have enough in each moment? Because understandably, when we're looking to the outside world and humans, our humanness is rooted in conditional love, which means there's conditions to lose love and support from the outside. People go through the manipulation process of acting hurt when you don't do what they want you to do, and then they get angry when you don't do what they want you to do and bully you and try to make you do it. And then when you don't, then they reject you and cut you off. And that's where our fear comes in of being cut off and rejected and not having what we need. And but this transformation that happens is we start looking inward and upward. And as we have this connection that grows, we realize it's source, it's creator, it's mother and father, both things. Whatever you believe this higher power is, it's them that brings us what we need in each moment. May not give us everything we want and all future wants and needs in this moment, but it will always bring us what we need right here, right now. We start building that trust based on unconditional love, eternal love, which is not fickle and conditional and can be lost because no condition's not one to lose it. So you can never lose it. It's eternal, it lasts forever. So your foundation becomes that. And you realize that your abundance and the things you need may come be delivered by a human, but it originates and is a gift from up above. And so there's this wonderful strength that comes with that next year as well. Yeah, and with the 7 of Wands, this also represents here that you are moving into this beautiful, beautiful higher place in your life next year, because the 7 of Wands shows up when, you can see people are firing fiery darts at you there. There it goes in the shield there, and that's because these are the wands of others that are they're displeased at your movement up in the world in your life, and they are pretty much they feel themselves low. They feel low about themselves, and with you going higher makes them feel, they're choosing to feel even lower. And so they're like, get back down here and be miserable with the rest of us. How dare you? But it's their poking at your dream and poking at you to bring you down to where they feel they're at. So you don't have to engage with the defensiveness of yourself, defending what you are, where you're at, and your blessings in your life. And if you want compassion flowing out of your heart, you can help lift them up sincerely and do something for them or with them to make them feel better and better about themselves and see that they are, you're helping to move them up to where they feel you're at. You already, feel like you're like equals, or you feel like you're below them. That's what happens is when people who think they're below us attack us, we feel like they're pushing us further down. But from their viewpoint, they're bringing you down to where they're at. And so it's all has to do with our perceptions. So a beautiful thing coming in there. And then, of course, you do have lover's card here. You do find love next year. So some beautiful, beautiful relationship coming in, and you never know. Um, it could be if it's an old friend that you had interest in before and you guys never spoke it, or you both were dating at the time and or got married and now both are single. You just never know. We shall see. But that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings for you. All right. Samya Rao. I probably murdered that. I apologize. You are up. So you'd like to know your career growth from now onwards, and what's the opinion of your team leader about your work? All right, let's take a look here. See what they'd like you to know about career. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day or had a fantastic day. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right. And let's take a look here. So what's the opinion of your team leader? Okay. So as far as your career growth, they are saying patience, grasshopper, patience. So things are unfolding, things are moving, going back and forth and developing. And so temperance is about things are going and there will be a change in contract and commitment. There is this is a recognition and like moving up. So it will happen. It just takes time. The 10 of wands means two things for you. One is that you have invested a lot of energy in your job and your work. It also represents a harvest, which, with these all together, it's like your hard work will pay off. You will get to move up within your career and within your, work growth. They're just saying it's just unfolding. It's taking time to uh, unfold. Now, your current manager's feelings for you here. Let's take a look here. Wow. So there's a combination here. I like the sun card, which means joy, success. They see things, um, and so there is clarity with your team leader and their opinion. They see you, which all this brightness, and it's a joyful card. It's a good card to have, and you also have the Queen of Pentacles here, which the Queen of Pentacles is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new birth, harvest, productivity in regards to a job and someone's opinion of it. So they do feel like you help others, you nurture others, you're giving, and you help bring productivity. There. The 10 of swords, this is a good card. I know it looks like, "What?" No, he does not wanna stab you in the back. This represents, like, he sees how hard you are on yourself. Like, these are all your, expectations you have on yourself. The supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be. And that would be the thing that he sees. You are, again, with this 10 of wands, you put a lot of effort into your work trying to do like extreme amount of things. It's almost like you uh, have such a high bar for yourself, and he sees that. And though it helps them because you are super productive, you get stuff done, you probably do the job of 2 3 people. um, but uh, that 10 is like they wanting you to take it easy on yourself and realize, not burn yourself out, and not, you know overdo it. And so they recognize the work that you do, but they also have concern, on the other hand, that you're going to not be able to maintain that and crash and burn. And so they're kind of seeking, learning to balance, delegate, um, and allow yourself not to be number one all the time. That it's okay. You don't. It's like they see you stress out if you don't get a certain, amount of like bonus or productivity or whatever it might be. You just are so harsh on yourself. And he's like, they would like you to see you being more gentle with yourself, more nurturing. Well, that nurturing you give to others, give that to yourself as well. So I like that, for you some way. So that's what they have for you right now. Many blessings to you. Right, Michelle is, yeah, you are up. And good morning to you. I am doing well. I just need some more coffee here. Absolutely. So let's do a general reading. I'm going to switch over here to the tarot of the magical forest, and let's see what we have here. All right. So let's see here. What would you like Michelle to know today? Okay, and that one. All right, so let's see what we got here. All right. Yeah, I do see here. You got the 3 of wands, which I see you're at a point where you're, so new information that's come into your life is having you make some direction changes in it. Because you have the 5 of swords, and the 5 of swords is conflict of thought and belief and mindset. And I kind of feel like this has to do with an individual, that you have differing beliefs and expectations. And so there's kind of a sometimes this little on God, little bit of fencing going on about that my expectation is truer and makes sense more than yours, and then vice versa, they say the same thing to you, and there's like this, can't get on the same page with them, and you've been trying and they haven't, is what I feel. And you're like, you know what, they just will not back off with what they feel. No, this is the way it needs to be. And so, whatever this is about, whether it's relationship or family or friends or whatever, it's just like you're going, okay, I'm not going to engage in it anymore. I'm taking an off ramp. And there's this new opportunity that opens up with you going in that direction. So it allows you some freedom of thought and belief, and allows you to go in a different direction with this opportunity that opens up in the outside world. Anything else around that? Okay. So let's see what this is about. So it is, and these are the all those swords, all these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that like keep you up at night or give you weird dreams. This is you know a good card to come up, because the nine is the hermit's journey, which, so you're really turning inward and looking at your own thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, because I feel like with this other person not backing off, that it had you kind of look at your own going, what about my own thoughts and beliefs and my mindsets are, am I just taking on? Because like that mirror they have of that stubbornness, you're realizing there's some of that within you too, where you're allowing yourself to go, what beliefs do I have around job or relationship or whatever it might be in your life, that you're just like, where's all this restrictiveness coming from? I want to be more open about it. So you have really taken this interaction with another individual who is not backing down or flexible. That you're like, you know what, I'm going to go off in this direction, and I've learned what I need from you. And you are learning from that to drop some expectations that no longer serve you, right? They're just, you're not wanting that restrictiveness anymore. So I really like that, because it does, like I said, it opens up these opportunities that come up. Yeah. So here's your peace of mind as you let some of those expectations go. So this is this higher truths, and these are your old ways of thinking that you're dropping. Yeah, and you have the Six of Cups. So this is also has to do with nostalgia and old memories. I don't feel like it's someone coming back in your life in the past. I feel like this is you revisiting some emotions from the past that created some of those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets, that allows you to set it free, because you do have your higher self calling you higher, which this is your human self, and you are seeing things from a higher viewpoint. But this double endings and double new beginnings is really standing out to me too, with two X's, which is about uh, I just feel like this change of thought and belief is impacting more than one area of your life, and you're just like really tired of feeling restricted, and you're ready, so ready to move on and cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you. Because that Nine of Swords is the nightmare insomnia. You're almost exhausted enough, but the Ten of Swords, which is the next step, was when you're just like, usually it's them face down on the ground with all the swords stuck in there, like a card I just showed a couple readings ago, I think. And that's like you're just exhausted. I'm done. Stick my thoughts in me, like stick a fork in me. I'm done. And so you're ready to move forward. So I like that, much freedom that is coming for you regarding that. So I like it. So that's what they have for you today. So many blessings for you. All right, Alex, you are up. So what's to come in your future regarding love? Let's take a look here. So, Alex. What would you like Alex to know about love? No love. Okay. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. Well, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So, Queen of Pentacles does tell you new birth, new things are coming in the outside world, but it's important to take care of you first. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And so, I like this kind of nudge to get out into nature, to get away from it all. Um, I just feel like there's a lot going on, and they want you to get away from the stress, get away from all the overworking and overinvesting in everyone else and nurturing everyone else, and it's good to take a step back out of that, because you do have the Page of Cups. So this is new love coming in, but they're saying like this needs to happen first, because this if you met someone now with how you're feeling, you might be a grouchy person. They're jesting. It's just like you're tired, you're wore out, and having this nurturing of yourself and focusing on loving yourself is such an important piece of that, of the Queen of Pentacles. She's takes care of herself. She's usually even pregnant, which is about, you know, nurture your body, nurture yourself, nurture your heart, because love is coming in the future. But they also want you to commune with your higher self, because your lion here, your human self, is so hungry, looking for what it's hungry and thirsty for in the outside world. But what you truly are wanting is this inner love, which is what this also brings in. This Ace of Cups is the chalice, the Holy Grail. It is full of the unconditional love of the higher realms. And so, this is the love that fulfills us, that brings us what we need. Then you become the chalice. You fill up with that unconditional love, and it flows out to the world. And then we're no longer, when that lion gets the unconditional love from your higher self that it's been looking for, it's not so hungry, it's not so desperate to find it in the outside world, because it knows it has everything it needs inside of it. um Spirit has been showing it, to me, as like when we're hungry, and we think someone else is our meal, we're desperate, and we're fear that we'll lose it, and so we want to cling on to it and find it and keep it for ourselves. But when we discover that the meal is we find from within our heart, and even first and second dessert, we feel whole and complete on the inside. And then when people bring third and fourth and fifth and sixth dessert from the outside world, we're like, "Oh, this is great. Yeah, we'll take another dessert. Why not?" And if they're like, "No, I'm not gonna give it to you." And you're like, "Oh, it's okay. I'm full anyway." It doesn't devastate us or scare us like it would before. So I feel like what's happening now, like having you step away, like that Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, to really focus on that, because it transforms what you draw into your life and how you feel about it. And there's not as much angst or fear or desperation, about I've got to find this. It's like I find what I'm looking for on the inside, and it changes your whole viewpoint of love on the outside. So that's what they have for you right now, Alex. So many blessings to you. I know it's like, well, that's not what I wanted, but it's truly what we want. It's truly what we need, even though we're taught that we're supposed to eat out here. It's like, oh, I can dine in. And then if they want to deliver dessert, they can, but it's extra dessert. It's above and beyond. They're telling me to talk about, and this is for everyone, the um I call it the spice cake mantra. And you can replace whatever dessert it is with your favorite. And I don't know, I don't particular hate or like spice cake. I'm unfortunately don't have very much desserts that I don't like. um, but so the spice cake mantra says, I am my own spice cake. And the love of my family and my friends, my true family, my true friends, is the frosting on top of the spice cake. My accomplishments in life are the cherry on top the frosting on top of the spice cake. And my intimate relationships is the whipped topping on top of the cherry, on top of the frosting, on top of the spice cake. And if for some reason I don't have the whipped topping or the cherry, or if all my true family and friends, were no longer on this physical plane, because that's the only time they'd ever stop loving me. If I don't have all those things, I'd still be one awesome frickin' spice cake. And that's what the mantra does, is it puts things in proper order of where we define ourselves. We define ourselves from inside. Everything else is extra. And so that is what they wanted me to share. So many blessings to you and to anyone else that resonated for. All right. So, Rashmi Yadav, you are up next. Will your partner, Alok, his father, accept you as his daughter in law? Let's take a look here. So, what would you like Rashmi to know about Alok? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, I feel like with the moon here and the Queen of Cups, both of these are very much about you diving deep within yourself and your own emotions. It's an important piece of how this unfolds for you, because the moon is cycles. It does take time for things, just know that it just will take time for acceptance to come, like anything, because I feel like their father is not someone who makes hasty, quick decisions. They want to observe, they want to understand. It takes them time to open their heart. I almost feel like they, have had their heart trampled on and betrayal, so many things in their life that have created this, you know, hard surface, but they have a huge heart that they're protecting on the inside. And once you get in there, psh, you know, there it is. But it's eventually the wall comes down, and it just takes time for that huge wall to come down with trust. And I feel like what's going on here is two things for you with this. Is one is that getting into your own heart and your own emotions and your own confidence in loving yourself, right? So you can ask yourself, will you accept yourself? Is like the question that comes up here. And so diving deep into the unknown and the hidden, the Queen of Cups is both, rolls over water and receives a second portion of water. So she's able to dive deep into the emotions. Both of these cards are talking about diving deep into your own emotions, but also as you do that and you realize and allow yourself to love yourself and you fill up and overflow with that love, that's the second thing, is just continue to show love and express love and focus your energy on love, not on fear of being rejected. Because when you focus on the fear, that expands it. And they're saying, focus on your love. Kind of like I talked a little bit ago when I was talking to double, triple, quadruple X about empathic abilities. You have an ability to feel other people's emotions very deeply with these two cards coming in here. Um, but you're also able to flood a room with beautiful love. And so when you focus on love, then when you walk into a room, love fills the room. And they're like, what is that? It's like a bright, shining light walking into a room. But if you're fearful and you walk in and you bring in fear and expand fear into the room, then people will get defensive and walls go up, because it's like animals can sense fear, And when they sense fear, they think that they are supposed to be fearful. And so they go into defensive mode. Well, that's what will happen when you go in with fear. And so that's why they're saying this is so much in your hands of you going inward, connecting to your love, and allow love to flow out of you, not fear of rejection. Um, and then you have, yeah, this makes sense with what they were saying just now, because you've got the judgment card, which is this is your human and it's your higher self is calling you to this higher place of connection with your spiritual side, because that's a big source of unconditional love for you that will flow down into you, and help you with that. And the 10 of wands shows you what happens, um, with energy. So you can look at this card in two ways. We can look at it as, oh, look at how burdened they are. That is fear, right? That is, judgment and dark energy. Oh, this person is so burdened. They're carrying so much weight. But we can also look at it from a place of love and go, wow, look, they have their harvest. They put in so much, and look at what they're carrying. They have a full harvest that they were able to achieve. And that's what they want you to see with all that, because in doing this, you have this the Empress, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new birth, and see how she's smiling. So beautiful, beautiful abundance and overflowing instead. So they are basically telling you to choose the abundance story and not grow the fear story, because your energy is what matters so much in how long it takes. They will accept you, but the journey, is it going to be a long, long journey of fear, or is it going to be a shorter journey of love, love, love? So that's what they have for you, Rashmi. So many blessings to you. I like that. All right, Angel, you are up. Let me just scroll up here. Whoops. Went very, very fast. All right. Okay, there we go. Let me just take a quick drink here. All right, Angel, can you pursue your ambition? So you can. I know what you're asking. So we're just going to ask Spirit, is it in your highest, for your highest experience, or what energy comes around you pursuing your ambition? So let's take a look here and see what pursuing your ambition, what Spirit would like you to know around that. Okay. All right. So you do have the Six of Swords, and Six of Swords is a change of mindset. And so this is movement, leaving behind um, old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you, and it is taking you in a great direction. Um, I'll say with the cards that it's a yes, and I'll explain it as we go here just to reinforce it. So it's definitely yes. Pursue your ambition, because this is movement of thought and belief. You have the Page of Cups, um, the Knave of Cups, which is all about new emotion, new opportunity, new excitement coming into your life around this. And the Seven, the Chariot, victory, movement, power of choice. So this, combination alone is like boom, boom, boom. And you have the Seven of Pentacles coming in. So you have two sevens here, and with these together, the Seven of Pentacles means you had other plans, you had planted other things. And when you started to see the fruit grow, you were like, nah, I'm not really, that's not really floating my boat. And so I want to move in a different direction, like you said, towards your ambition, not towards what you were doing before. And then your final card is the Emperor, which is very much about stability and finding, like taking taking your power of your empire back. It's like rather than being at the whim of what other people have wanted or your expectations and thoughts and beliefs, you are ready to take that authority back and like I get to decide what my kingdom does, not these advisors standing around me telling me, if you ever watch movies where the king is controlled and bullied by you know I don't know why they're showing me Aladdin and Jafar. How I think that he was you know, the evil advisor, and he took over, right? And then that's kind of what I feel like is happening is people are creating fear and manipulating, with all their thoughts and beliefs and opinions and stuff. And you're like, no, I am ready to pursue my ambition and I'm standing up. It's my life. I get to decide. So that's the energy I feel like that for you, angels. So I like it. So thumbs up on pursuing your ambition. So many blessings to you. Hey, love sums it up. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Thanks for sharing the love. And Jessica, sprinkleberries, the message from near and mid future. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So the near and mid future Jesse to the current Jesse. I get it. I get it. So let's see here what the future. What do they have to tell you? What would they like you to know? Okay. All right. Let's see what they have here. All right. So the first message, there's two, and there's two cards and two cards. So the first one here is about commitment and the Knave of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. So this is about new opportunities that will be coming forward for you regarding commitment. And so I feel like they're just trying to, I don't know why their eyes look like, oh my God. They're just like, here it comes. So they're letting you know, it's like they're saying, it does commitment does come in the future. It is coming. Just breathe. Because I feel like with those eyes, I look like all the eyes are almost like that, but it's like, bring it down. It's okay. It's okay. Bring it down. Bring it down. It's okay, is what I keep hearing. Because the other message you have is, of course, the Hanged Man, which is all about you're in a cocoon, things are changing, patience, that it will unfold in the perfect timing. Because I always look at this as like a cocoon, and it takes the perfect timing for the caterpillar to turn into caterpillar juice, to turn into the butterfly, for the butterfly to struggle to get out of the cocoon, to build its muscles so that it can fly. And so it says it's coming. Just be patient while you're in your cocoon. Really look into your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets around relationship, around who you are supposed to be, who they are supposed to be, what a relationship is supposed to be, all the things in quotes. Should, need to, have to, must. They're like, take the pressure off. See things from this higher perspective. This is also about see things from a higher perspective, connect to the capital T truths from above that are rooted in unconditional love, and cut away those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. And they're saying just trust the process, trust the growth that you're going through, trust this pause and things coming to you because you're opening up more, you're allowing more instead of having a strict um, rules on how the relationship has to come to you and with who and everything else. They're like, continue to work on that, because they say the faster that you work on that, then the growth spurt of the caterpillar and the butterfly within also happens faster. It's like a time lapsing when it's going slow and they speed it up. They're like, that's what's happening. It's like your love time lapse will go faster the more you look at those restrictions that you have in your mind and in your heart around love. So I like it, Jesse. I like that though. They're like, bring it down, just breathe. It is. There's a pause that's happening, and I don't know. Hopefully, looks like the looks like it actually. When I was saying that, it looks like my connection also paused. So hopefully, you heard all that, Jesse, about the. Let me see. So hopefully everything is going good there. Maybe it just paused on my end. Hopefully. But, so that's what they have for you, Jesse. Just this pause is happening in the cocoon for you to look into your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets and, being able to, um, just open yourself up more and be ready for that commitment that will come. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings for you. All right. Cynthia Brito, you're up. Hello. Very good. I'm glad that you were able to find the timestamp there, and now you want to know how your job will go. If under interviews, will you be able to do both jobs and succeed? All right, well, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. See, was there something else that's nope, they all came out? Let's take a look here. All right. So I do see here, I mean, you do have offers coming in here because this is like the contract or commitment. And, but, you know, this wish fulfillment card and this, um, the shadow card, the devil card coming in here, what I really feel here with when it's like both jobs, I feel like there's this chain here. And it's almost like they're saying the wish fulfillment, um, this kind of overshadows and covers all this other stuff up because it's like this need here. Um, the shadow card shakes up your world and it shakes up your beliefs and your thoughts and your mindsets. And it's almost like if there's more, if you're trying to do too much, I feel like they're saying this shakes up your world into understanding what this wish fulfillment really is, because it feels like that this is behind it. It's like whispering, "This is your wish. You're supposed to be, doing all this stuff," and it's almost like there's this feeling of wearing yourself out, and they're like, spirit is just saying, just be cautious of understanding what it is that you are pursuing and what fears are maybe bubbling underneath there because um, you have the ability to succeed, you have the ability to do so much, but I feel like they're saying, like, review that, really understand what it is you truly want, not in your mind of I have to check off all this stuff and this is what I have to have and blah 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 blah, but really understanding what it is in your heart you're wanting, um, and bringing it in because I feel like with that shadow card, there's a lot of pressure that you're putting on yourself on the supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's about income and possessions and um, financial security and stability for the future and all that and so they're just wanting you to look at that wish fulfillment because you do have the 10 of cups here, which is about this emotional abundance, but you have this new opportunity that is coming up that brings you this. So I almost feel like there's going to be an opportunity that brings you fulfillment. And you have the emperor coming in here, which is also about you really taking charge and deciding what you want for your life And when you do that, that's what brings these opportunities that open up this beautiful feeling of fulfillment and wholeness and completeness in your heart. Um, so I just feel like um, the job interviews are going to unfold to rattle your cage. For you to really look at what it is you really, really want in your life. What is your true wish? And um, in that clarity comes, and then you taking charge of your life is what brings new opportunities that really fill your life up. Whereas I feel if you got what you wanted now, it wouldn't fill you up. It's mind stuff, not heart stuff. Like you're not living your passion, you're not living what you want in life, you're living what you think you're supposed to want, is what I feel is coming through. So that's what they have for you right now, Cynthia. So many blessings for you. I know you're going to be fine. All right, lucky stars, you are up next. So, what does your spirit guide want you to tell you? All right, let's take a look here. I actually am being drawn here to the wisdom of the oracle. So let's take a look here and see what's going on here. I'm just going to double check real quick here to make sure. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that everyone was still hearing me and seeing me. Connection's good. All right. So, lucky stars. Let's see. What does your spirit guide want to tell you? Okay. Boom. Let's see what we have here. Ooh. So you got the fates. Try to get it to come on. There it goes. Beautiful card. Card number 17, if that means anything for you. And of course, this is all about fate and karma and acceptance that there are things you cannot change and knowing what those things are. So the serenity prayer sums up the meaning of this card, which is God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in life that you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences may be fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. Now, these do have relationship and prosperity messages. The relationship message would say other people are who they are. You can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and not try to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be so you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. Love unconditionally. For each of us is on our own journey, and we cannot direct that of another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated, and you are meant to evolve into a higher version of yourself as a result of it. I like it. And then prosperity message says your experiences concerning prosperity and abundance are beyond your personal control right now. You are being invited to accept what is unreservedly. And this could be a temporary situation, seemingly thrust upon you by outside forces, but there is an underlying purpose you can't see that has been determined by the fates. It could be a situation you are unprepared for, and you may not understand how it will benefit you in the moment. Do not fight the situation. Ride it out and see where it leads. Surrender to it, and the serenity you need to make good choices from here on out will be given to you. You will indeed flourish. So I like those messages for you. Lucky stars. So hopefully those resonated. That's what they have for you today. Many blessings to you. All right. Double E. EE, you are up. Let me stick a quick drink here. All right. So, are you buying a farm in 2023? Let's take a look here. We're going to go back to the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. Let's see what they have to say. All right. So, what would you like EE to know about buying a farm in 2023? All right. Okay. Can you give me a little more clarity around that? Just a little more clarity. Nope. Okay. Well, those three. Okay. So you have the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. And this is about like new emotion coming in for you next year. And the Queen of Wands, I really feel like there's this um fire, of course, with all these the wands. There's just this passion that comes in for you next year. And it's interesting. We'll see what they mean by this because you have the Six of Swords, which is about you moving away from old ways of thinking and old ways of looking at things and looking at things in a new way. You do have the double endings and double new beginnings and the calling of your higher self to this higher way of looking at things too. So with all of this combined, I feel like there's something new that comes into your life next year that takes you off the path of buying a farm because the 3 of Wands here is about taking an off ramp and going a different direction with new experiences and new knowledge coming in. And so I feel like there's something else that replaces this desire for a farm. There's just something that takes over your heart of what you want to do something different, whether that is love or a different idea, different inspiration. It just feels like you were headed towards that and you're just like, what is that? And you go off in a different direction. So I don't feel like you are buying a farm in 2023 because there's something even more exciting for you that gets your energy. So that's what they have for you, EE. Many blessings for you. All right, Jazz, you are up and you'd like a general for today. All right, so for Jazz, what would you like them to know, please? What else? What else for today for Jazz? Okay. And this one right here. Okay. All right. Well, it looks like here today you have this power coming in again. I think you've been having this off and on with the magician and standing in your power. And it's like this divine masculine energy, which we all have divine masculine and divine feminine within us. But this is you taking intention and power to go in a direction. Because you have the Six of Pentacles here, the Six of Discs. So this is normally like a codependency awareness card with relationship, but I don't feel this is about relationship. I feel like this is about taking charge of something in your life in the outside world, which allows you to open up to where you are have this wholeness where you have enough for yourself and you're able to give to some other people as well. Because you do have this 10 here, the Wheel of Fortune, which is the changing, the ending of something, the beginning of something that, the wheel turns and it brings fortune, it brings abundance, and whatever way abundance matches for you today, and allows you to give of that abundance to others too. Whether it's love, so you feel very loved today and you're able to give love to others, or you get some money or food or whatever it might be. You're given something today that with this change, and you just feel very fortunate where you're able to also have that flow out into others. So love this energy of today. It is very beneficial, um, for you. So with that Wheel of Fortune card. So I like it for you, Jazz. So many blessings. We'll see what it is. If it's Powerball and you're winning like a lotto, don't forget us little ones here. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Jazz. Many blessings for you. All right. More love from Love Sums It Up. Thank you so much. Appreciate you sharing the love. All right, Kaylee, you are up. Hello, hello. And so thank you for sending out love, and tell you about your relationship with Sag and Aries. I knew that's what you meant. I was going to razz you though. I go, he's an area. Wow, you're in love with an area. Sometimes it feels like that. It feels like with him. He's around. Let's take a look here. And I mean like around you, right? It's like he's here somewhere. He's always on the move. But that's okay. You guys both have fiery energy, so you can keep up. Let's take a look here. So tell me about your relationship with Kaylee and her Aries. Okay. Right, what else? So the first card that comes out here is the Three of Wands. And so it feels like you guys, with all that fiery energy, that you are taking that energy in uh, a altered direction. You have the Strength card coming in here. And when the Strength card comes in, I feel like it, whatever this direction that you guys are headed off on, it takes some courage. It takes some really looking inward and upward for where you're wanting to head, what you're wanting to do, this alteration. I mean, you have the ending of an old cycle and the beginning of a new one, and the 10 of Pentacles, which is about abundance and togetherness. So it almost feels like they're wanting to take your life in a different direction, that the relationship is about to move into a different direction that feels um, like evolutionary, like moving up into something more solid. So I don't see this as an ending. I see this as a movement, because the last card is the Five of Pentacles, which is this movement of the outside world. Fives are the number of change, and so there's this change that's happening in the outside world. And maybe this is a move, like a physical move. I'm feeling a little bit. Um, but it has to do with worth and what you're wanting your outside world to feel like together, where you want to be, what you want to do. And I feel like it's like this was the plan, but I feel like it's taking a change of course because of this change that's being initiated by spirit to take you guys to this new place. That Strength card keeps coming back. It turns you both inward to really understand what you want and what is important. It's like, because that's connecting to your higher self too, and that you're realizing that I kind of feel like you guys are both realizing the outside things don't mean as much as you thought. Like maybe, like if it's like, well, we need to get a house, we need to buy a house, we need this thing, whatever it is. This is just the example they're giving me. And it's like, you know what? I don't want to be tied down with that. Um, I'd rather live in an apartment, not have to worry about all the upkeep and this and but, and I want us to be able to move every 6 months or a year if we want to with ease without worrying about the housing market or selling it or, you know, having to sell that and do this. I mean, it's almost like that kind of feel like you guys are had this goal of where you wanted to head and you're just really going, that's not what we want. I want to do something different. And so I feel like there's this change that's coming here. And it mainly has to do with you guys in the outside world. I almost feel like you're moving, but I don't know where that's coming from because that wasn't in the cards, but there I kind of feel this energy of movement. But that's what they have for you, Kaylee. So hopefully that resonated. That's what they have for you today at this moment. All right. So we will continue going down, and we've got Yani Napal. Hello, hello. You can get a free reading. Absolutely. It looks like you ask a question here in a moment. So great quartz. We will go to next. And then Yani, you will be up after that. So, what does your life look like from years from now? Uh oh. You are brave. I'm just kidding. This will be based on your current decisions. Whenever we look at the future, um, we always have a baseline of our fated life. We know when we come in here to life that this is the minimum life that we will get to uh, experience. But we always have power of choice and our will that we can have a higher vibrational and raise it and have a different, higher life too. So this will be based on what your current choices are because you can always change those. Of course, spirit knows they see everything, but they don't want you to. They don't want to. They don't want to show us what we end up deciding because how boring would this life be if we knew? They're like, based on your current choices, this is where your life will be, and you can alter it and change it. So, this is what they want you to know right now, Great Quartz, with the current trajectory and choices that you're making right now. Okay, what else? All right. Not too bad, not too bad. Because you have the judgment card starting off, which does show you with this connection to your higher self that you are on this journey, getting to know yourself, your true self. This is the character, your avatar you're living, and this is your true self. So do show this connection that's growing and growing and growing. Um, and you also are connecting. It's like you're going up here. You are moving from old thoughts, old ways of how you're thinking in choppy waters, and you're moving to calmer waters. And that makes sense because I feel like you're on this mission of connecting higher and higher and higher to the spiritual world, which makes sense with the Two of Pentacles here too, the Two of Discs, because this is balanced in the higher realm with your physical realm. And so you're just coming into a more and more balance as you're headed that direction. It's like we start off as children, um, 99% fear, 1% unconditional love. I think, well, we're not starting out, usually around our mental ages and our emotional, when we're starting to get the no, no, no. Like the first couple of our years, I feel like we're still connected to the bliss of the upper world and then our bodies. We cry because we're hungry or we pooped our pants or we're teething and in pain. But then we start to get all these emotional fears, and we spend a lot of our life moving from 99% fear to 50-50. 50% fear, 50% unconditional love of the upper realms. And the more we go in the other direction, the more bliss and the we have, right? This balancing that you and you're making great progress because you also have the magician card that comes in, and the magician shows you are connected to your higher self and you're allowing yourself to be this conduit of that love from above. It's coming through you and down into the world. So I feel like you're really starting to connect more and more to to the spiritual realm and your higher self, and in doing so you're finding your passion, because that magician too, I feel like it's that's you sharing the unconditional love in your heart with the world in your own special unique way. Like, you find a real connection to your soul purpose and you really start putting it into action. So um, that's what I feel like, they're looking at for your future right now. So that is what they would like you to know right now, Great Court. So many blessings to you. I like it. All right, Yanni Nepal, you are up. So what are Vincent's intentions towards you? And he's a new person and we're getting to know each other. All right, let's take a look here and see. Actually, I want to switch cards here over to the Tarot of the Magical Forest. So let's take a look here. What are Vincent's intentions? So let's see what we have here. Well, do have both the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So this is all emotion and love. So a loving pair. I feel like that's the intentions that they have in their heart. And so, you know, everyone has the best intentions. They do have some fears. So this is them with insomnia and nightmares, but this is them trying to live up to expectations. And I feel like this is a mirror for both of you. You know, when it comes to a relationship of any kind, that's what seeps in is our thoughts and our beliefs and our mindsets about what a relation should be, what I should be in a relationship, who they're supposed to be, all these rules. And I feel like Spirit is letting you know, try to drop as many expectations as you can, because what happens when we meet someone new, like, let me just make sure on camera. So we have these are our expectations. We don't even know someone, so we have no expectations of them. We meet them and they're giving you this, and like, wow, look how amazing they are. And then as our expectations grow, we're starting to date, we're dating exclusively, we get engaged. Look how less wonderful they are, because all these expectations are taking up so much of it. And then we get married, boom. And we're like, wow, why did they change? Why are they not being this wonderful person that we remember meeting? It's because our expectations have changed. Their expectations have changed. So if we can keep our expectations as low as possible, we have this bliss and this abundance and are celebrating who they are rather than focusing on who they're not being. So I feel like that's what Spirit wants you to know. The intentions are for love, but the expectations piece is what they want you to be aware of while you're going into it. It's like, this is a new experiment. How long can you keep expectations as low as you possibly can? And so that's your assignment from Spirit. So I like that for you. So many blessings for you. All right. So Isha, you are up next. So what is coming towards you in love? We'll take a look there. All right. All right. So what else about love for Isha, please? All right. Let's see what we got over here too. All right. So What Spirit is showing here's the Queen of Wands. She is a powerful being. This is you, and you hold this power here of where you're directing your energy and how it will unfold. And the little black cat here represents your power to connect to the higher realms and to really um, trust your gut and trust your intuition. And also, I feel like this is a great deal of emotional power in relation to the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles, in regarding love, is about the codependency awareness card. And right now, love is on a hold for you because this is where they want you to invest your energy. It, if this sounds familiar, uh, the codependency awareness is like it's bringing us awareness of how we overgive in a relationship. Like we, from our past, we were conditioned that if we were going to get anything back, we have to give 100 of something to get one back. And so we were taught overgive, overgive, overgive to get a little bit of love that we feel we deserve. And so we start overgiving, and it probably flows out into school, into jobs, and relationships of the future. And generally, what happens when we're overgivers in codependent relationships is we overgive and become exhausted. We continue to overgive until we're resentful. And the other individual that we started off in an adult to adult relationship with becomes a parent child. Well, we're the parent, we're treating them like a child, give, 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 give. And they try to give to us. And we're like, oh no, you can't give to me a whole lot because the exchange rate is too high. You're trying to give me 10, that means I have to give you 1,000, and I'm just not prepared to do that. So I can only receive this much from you. And they're like, well, I want to give you more. And like, I can't accept it. So what do they end up doing? They end up giving it somewhere else. Workaholic, working out a lot, a hobby, spending time with their friends, or affairs if it's a romantic relationship, because they want to be able to give it somewhere. And if we want to allow them to, they want to feel wonderful like we are giving, giving. And so this awareness that Spirit wants you to have, because when we do what we've always done, we're going to get what we always got. And they're like, you are not wanting that anymore, Isha. You wanting to move into a new type of love of equal giving and receiving. So they're having you focus your energy on those beliefs and try to find out where it's rooted so you can transform that, because you do have the moon card, which is about the stuff that's going on down in the deep, the subconscious and the unconscious stuff that's, down within our heart. Those, again, those uh, things that we learned in our emotions back in the day when we were developing our emotional body. And those things, once we hit like around 7 years old, when our brain started to develop and our minds were like, oh no, we can't deal with these emotions anymore. We send our little emotional inner child into the basement, down into the depths. And here comes our our child self in the form of a crawdad or lobster, and it's coming out to take us on this path to have us for the awareness. The sun will rise and shine light on it, and that's what we're wanting to do, because there is this Four of Pentacles journey, which is all about us having this heightened awareness of our uh, worth in relation to the outside world. We're learning and learning and learning about, we find our worth from within, inward and upward, rather than defining ourselves by the outside world. This is part of the journey that you're on here, that Spirit wants you to focus on, so that your energy will draw in someone who is in more in alignment with where you're wanting to head, rather than the same old, right? And so that's mainly what they have, because here you have the commitment card. So they are showing you that eventually a commitment comes, but they want, it's all being paused for you to do this inner work and to focus on these things, rather than those future things. So because that is in alignment with what your higher self and what your heart really wants. So that's what they have for you right now, Isha. So hopefully that resonated. Many blessings to you. All right. Love sums it up. Gratitude. I love it. Gratitude to you as well. All right. Angel Bliss, you are up next. Let me just take a quick drink here. And thank you guys so much again for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It definitely helps spread the Zen love because though it seems like a small thing, the YouTube algorithm just eats up those likes and it gets excited and it wants to share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So thank you guys for all that. Give me a thumbs up. It just helps spread the Zen love. And I'm so happy that you're a part of that too. And also, if you want to send a super sticker, those are available now. Which I don't think those cost anything. It's like something that you can do a little super sticker just to express things that helps out the channel. And if you are wanting to make any kind of donation or tip, I do not expect them, but I am very appreciative when they do happen. But there's a little super chat that you can also do that. So if you feel so inclined, that's now available. So I love it. All right, back on to readings. So Angel Bliss, what does your friend Al think of you? All right, let's take a look here. All right, anything else? Can we get some clarity around that one? Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. Wow. Well, it's interesting, Angel Bliss, because you have the world card as the first one that popped out, which is the end of old cycles and the beginning of new ones. And I feel like there's you got 3 fives. You got the 5 of wands, the 5 of swords, and the 5 of cups. So there's a lot that goes on between you two. I don't know um how long you've known each other. I feel like there's just okay, I'm just going to tell you like they're bringing it through. It's like someone who has had feelings for you, but because they're in the friend zone, they I don't know if they've ever shared it with you. If they have, um, they were rejected, and that's how they feel. Because you got the 5 of cups, which is about, maybe it's someone that you tell everything to. I almost feel like it's like a close friend that you share, and you share what you're going through with someone else, and it just tears their heart up because they wanted to be that one. It's like all those movies, you see those teenage movies where the best friend, they're one is attracted to the other one, but the other one's attracted to someone else, and they share everything, and the other person's just like they go home and they cry themselves to sleep. I don't think it's like that devastating, but it's like it does impact their heart because they do feel like this uh, conflict of their energies and the conflict of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. So I just feel like there's this tension that's there with them in regards to you. They just have all that. I mean, 3 fives is the number of change. And I like that the world card is the ending of an old cycle and the beginning of a new one. So I feel like this is what was going on with them in the past. But with that number 5 of changes, all these things are changing, and the world card is like just the ending. And I feel like can you tell me? I feel like maybe they have found love. Well, there's still emotional confusion. But let me see here. What's the source of this change? Oh my gosh. Okay. So, yeah, they just there's all these. They've made a decision. They have realized it was their thoughts, their beliefs, and their mindsets that have been stealing the joy out of their life and the like the friendship, like what the friendship could be. and they were trying to live up to all these expectations, but they just are done trying to be who they think that they have to be in order for you to like them. And I feel like they're just done, and they're just going to allow things to be what they were. And I feel like they're headed off, and like they were at a fork in the road. Am I going to try to continue to do this, or am I just going to allow our friendship to be, and I'm going to go off in a different direction with my heart? So I feel like they did like you, um, but I just feel like it's like you either shared everything with them or they got to see it all. And they just always said, "Why wasn't that me? Why didn't I get to be that one? I wanted to be with her." Boo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo, right? But they're actually making a change of it all, and they're just like ready to move out of that zone and firmly plant themselves in the friend zone. And I feel like they're making some mental decisions and choices that are what they're wanting to do. So, wow, that was a bit much, but that's what they have for you, Angel Bliss. All right. Hello, beautiful Princess Pinky. Let's take a look here and see if they want you to know about December. So, what about December? All right, let's see what we got going on here. All right. Okay. So I do like December is like this um unfolding of things here. I feel like and before, let me just do this first so that we don't get too ahead of ourselves. Because you've got the Hanged Man and the King of Pentacles here. The Hanged Man is about things are going to take time. It's in this incubation period. You do end up feeling wholeness and completeness after you change from the caterpillar to the butterfly. It takes time. So this is what sparked in December, but it doesn't come to fruition until afterward. Because you've got the magician, which is you really coming into your power and really being able to manifest and put your energy towards what you're wanting, which is your wish fulfillment, the Nine of Cups. So emotional wish fulfillment, there's this energy. In fact, it's the same rabbit. It's like you're putting the energy in towards your wish fulfillment, which is the Six of Cups, equal and giving of love. And so I feel like there's this, like maybe you meet someone, but it's not like you guys feel the sparks and you start to have this energy, but it takes time for it to unfold. And so I feel like um, they're just wanting you to know that it ignites. Like maybe you and I almost feel like it's just like a one-time meeting. Like maybe you meet them at a holiday party or something, some sort of celebration. But because it's such a busy month that you don't see them again until like New Year's Eve or January, where things start to unfold. So I feel like with December, there's this, igniting of things, um, but that they just take time to unfold. Yeah, you got the King of Pentacles again. So there is this abundance, there is this fullness that comes in. Um, but I feel like the Knight of Pentacles, with that other Hanged Man, it's going to take some time for it to move forward and to head in that direction. So that's what they have for you right now, Princess Pinky. So many blessings to you. All right, Ashul, you will be up. All right. So um, I'm going to take a quick bio break because the coffee has gone through me and I want to be clear in thinking. So I'm so sorry. I will be right back. Right. Thank you so much. Woof. All right. So we are back. And Anshul, you are up. You'd like general reading. What's coming for you, please? Very good. I'm so glad that they resonate. And we are going to move to the True Heart Tarot and let's see what we've got going on. All right. Okay. So let's see what we got happening here. Wow. This magician, magician just showed up in the other deck too. So you've got the magician card that's coming in here, which is really about you taking control, you guiding your energy and focusing your energy on what you want to do and where you want to head. Because you also have the Emperor here. So, two very divine masculine cards, which show us our power and taking, not sitting back waiting for things to come to us, but really putting things forward and wanting to move, forward in life toward things. And you have the Ace of Cups. So I really feel it's like you are ready to step towards love and where you're wanting to head, what you're wanting to do in regards to love. You're just not wanting to be a chalice that's waiting, to receive love. You are wanting to put your energy and this doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to, you know, I'm going to go ask out people and it doesn't necessarily need to mean that. It can be, like here you have the 8 of swords, which is you're taking action and understanding what your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your expectations and attitudes have been making you feel blinded and bound and trapped and held down. And I love this card, how it just shows how it's our thoughts and our beliefs that we're attached to that's keeping us feeling restricted in the past. And I feel like you're really investing a lot of energy into freeing yourself from this thoughts and beliefs around what a relationship should be and what it's supposed to be and what it has to be. And there's just this empowerment that's coming from it because you're not allowing other people to decide for you. You are deciding, you are stepping up, you are allowing yourself to have love the way you want to have love. So I really like that for you. That's what they're wanting you to know right now for your life coming forward. So I like that. And actually, I feel like I want to pull an oracle card real quick for you too from the Enchanted Map. So let me take a real quick here. Okay. Obviously, that we were correct, right? Oh, wow. Look at this. You've got the come together. So, I think this might have to do with love. We'll see here. Beautiful card number 8. Love needs to be shared. Love needs to be expressed. So, this is about expressing love. So, drawing this come together card is a sign that you're on the path to discover the nature of this emotion in all its form of expression: romantic, familial, unconditional, spiritual. In each instance, there is another being involved. Love involves a give and take between you and a significant other, a relative, a friend, an animal, and or spirit. This card assures you that love has come calling and seeks a partner in its dance. Know that you are cherished. And like a magnet, you're attracting love into your life. This is the time for harmonious, caring partnerships. These cards do come with a reversed meaning. It's like a protection, which I also will read in case it resonates. And it says, when this card appears, and if it was reversed, it would be a sign that perhaps a love connection is unbalanced. Is intimacy being withheld from you, or are you withholding it from another? Longing and yearning are often mistaken for love when in fact they are signs of lack. Perhaps you've been doing all the emotional work and pouring your water into an empty well. Wow. To the point that now you are also depleted. Know this: true love will not be denied you. What is truly for you will never walk past you or require this much energy. Drop the agendas, the fight, the need to win, and allow love to flow through you. True love will always find its reflection in another. Wow, I love that message for all of us. So that's what they have for you, Anshul. So many blessings to you. All right, BD, you are so very welcome. All right, Maxine, hello, hello. And you'd like a general reading? Absolutely. And I feel like I do want to go to one of these. And actually, I was drawn here first into the Lonely Woods deck. It's a beautiful deck. Let's see what they have here for Maxine. All right. So you actually got two. So let's take a look here. Yeah, they're not very long. So I guess I can show you the cards. So the first one here is the Lonesome Gardener. And it says, "You are learning the joy of tending to something wild until it can become something giving and warm, just as you are now. Your care and attention have given something new the space to grow and become abundant. This is now reflected in your soul. So look within and see how what helped nurture in the world is now growing within you. Where once all felt barren and unknown, there's fertility and connection. You turned away from the voice of the world and listened instead to the wisdom of the growing world. Because of that, all is blossoming and rich and verdant once again. You've made the wasteland a paradise. You've sown the seeds from which blessings can now come forth." So I like that. You are investing in the energy, and instead of going off of what you were seeing in the outside world, you really have uh, come into your heart, and you've really grown things from your energy rather than from what you were getting from the outside world. And I feel like that's why there's been this growth and this changing. Because you also have here the "What Did We Lose" card here. Let's see if I can get it to focus in a little better. Maybe if I do it like this. All right. And it says, "Within this time of in between, you grow curious about the parts of yourself that you had forgotten about until now. And these are the aspects of the sacred self that were cast aside, rejected, abandoned along the way. Now you need to look into the well. The well is the memory, the reservoir of ancestors, the emotional world, which is where those parts of yourself and soul still live, patiently awaiting you to find them. Gaze down the well, conjure up the lost selves. Up they rise to rejoin you again. Give them space to share their wise stories with you, for nothing that belongs to you can ever be lost. It is only that for a time you forgot the blessings of all that you are." Wow. Yeah. So the combination of these two, I feel, is you definitely have turned inward into that well, and you're finding the growth, you're finding the pieces of yourself that you kind of stuffed down into the well, right? When it wasn't allowed to, you weren't allowed to be yourself. And now you're really been doing this powerful inner searching that's allowing you to express these parts of yourself and then to embrace these parts of yourself that have been feeling alone within you for a long time. So I really like this growth and this. It just feels like the barren places in your heart. You're planting this beautiful, beautiful love of self, and it's just expanding. So I love that for you, Maxine. That's what they have for you today. Right, Mira, you are up. So please give your energy reading for yourself. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what we have here. Thank you guys so much again for being here. I really, really appreciate all of your love and support, all the comments you make, all the thumbs up. Um, it just, like I say, it feels like something so much more than I thought it would feel. And so please know that my heart is full. Right, Mira? So an energy update here for you. I feel like you are really taking control in your life because you have the Emperor card here, which is about, they roll over kings. It's like you are just having this um, command over your life because not only are you emotionally walking away from emotions that no longer serve you, this is taking you up into Nine of Cups and wish fulfillment. You're wanting to take steps towards your wish fulfillment. You also have the Prince of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords, which is, thought, belief, and mindset. And you are seeking higher wisdom, capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love. And it's allowing you to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you. So I really feel like right now you are just tired of being at the whim of other people and what they are saying you should be, that you need to be. And this Emperor card is just showing you really um, having this sense of royalty about yourself and your life, right? Where you're just like, I'm not some maiden that gets ordered around by people. No, no, no more of this, right? You really have just grown tired of being treated like that, and you're really standing up for what you want in your life and for what you want to feel in your life. So I like what this is bringing in for you, and where what it will bring for you, because as you work on releasing more emotions that no longer serve you, or thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you, opens up your world in every direction. So I love it. So that's what they have for you right now, Mira. So many blessings. All right, Angelina, you are up. So who is coming towards you in love? Let's take a look here. See what they have for you. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, that was a lot of cards that just flew out of my head. All right. Okay. Well, it looks like here there is someone that is making a decision about you because they've got their thinking cap on, thinking about their expectations and their thoughts and their beliefs and their mindsets. But they also have that they're allowing their heart to have a voice. And so I feel like someone's at a crossroads really thinking about it because you have the Princess of Cups, the Page of Cups, which is about new love coming in, 10 of Cups, which is about overflowing, not only wish fulfillment, but you fill up and it overflows out to others as well. And Three of Cups, which is joy and celebration as well. So I really feel like there's this love that's coming, but they're on the crossroads. And I'm not sure if it was you. I know I pull a lot of love readings because that's what are one of the most beautiful roller coaster rides that draw us to this planet. And this amusement park of fear rides is finding love outside of ourselves. But I feel like we've had that recently too, where it's just someone that has a lot of they're figuring things out in their mind, balancing it with their heart, and it's like, "Well, when's it gonna happen?" They're thinking about it, and they're like but it feels like it's gotten brighter and brighter with that 10 of cups, especially is very, very bright. It's like, okay, so it's really sinking in about the happiness of the future that it could be. So, I do like it, but it is someone that is going back and forth between their head and their mind with that Two of Swords. So we shall see. In the meantime, what do we do? Whenever we're in a pause in our life, we focus in on our self love to grow our self love because that just allows us to be able to love others more and receive love because we can't accept more love from others more than the extent we love ourselves. We can't give love to others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So if we love ourselves this much, that's the dripping that can drip in and out. But the more we expand our love for ourselves, then there's this beautiful flow in and out, even more of love. So that's what they have for you, Angelina. So many blessings to you. Right, Aprilia, you are up. Welcome, welcome. So let's take a look here. So, hello. So, does Chanel? So, how does Chanel feel and think about you? She's a Libra. Can you trust her? No contact. Possibly with your ex. Wow. Oh. Let's take a look here. So, let's combine. Looks like you've got like 3 questions. Let's combine those all together and we'll see what Spirit has to say. All right. So first, can we trust this person? Okay. No contact. All right. And then just love and romance overall, and what star signs should you not trust? All right. I like that about love. And then anything specific about. So, as far as Chanel and how she feels about you. So, we've got the Temperance card here, which is all about the balancing of going back and forth. And I feel like there is this patience and this temperance, um, about giving it time, earn trust. Trust is to be earned with this individual because I understand with the Four of Cups here, it's like this is like you keep an eye on them on how they act emotionally, and that is that's what I feel like. That's you're not spying on them, but you're just observing their emotions, what they pour out, what they do, right? And the 10 of Pentacles. And I feel like the 10 of Pentacles here is telling you that over time, um, that's what builds up this solidity in the outside world. So I feel like they're saying to give it time and let the trust be earned. And then once it's earned, then you have that solid relationship out there, which I guess means that maybe well, like any human, should you trust any human? No, because we're all animals of fear, of fight or flight. When we get when the human leaves the mind and the cat personality comes out, they will hiss and scratch and run over you. So trust is a iffy pursuit with humans. Learn to trust inward and upward. Trust who you can trust is the spiritual world. They love you unconditionally. They have eternal love. They're very stable. Humans are unstable. If our inner child goes in, feels unsafe or out of control, beep, beep, alarms go off and the human disappears and our eyes turn red or turn into cat eyes and we start hissing and fighting, or we hiss and run away and we're like, what just happened? So that's you want to trust something like that? No. We trust him with, here, a cat toy. I trust you with a cat toy, but not with my life. Anyway, I don't that's funny. So, love and romance, I really feel like with love and romance, they're having you really connect to the capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love to understand what your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets are about love, because this will cut away thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you, that are restricting you, and make it small. And when you do that, then the wheel of fortune kicks in with endings and new beginnings and turns the wheel in a direction. Because right now, I feel like the big the cogs that are with that wheel of fortune, that there's small t true swords stuck in them that are keeping them from moving. And it's those thoughts and beliefs we have about who we're supposed to be in a relationship, who others are supposed to be, all of those beliefs that we have. It's about releasing those. And the more we release, then the cogs start to move and then the wheel turns. So I like that for you. Um, what star signs should you not trust in your life? Um, you know, when these cards came out, I felt like it's not about star signs. This is about new passion and about you understanding what emotions um, have created mistrust in you, and to understand those more. Because as you look at those that were spilt, and like we talked about with the Ace of Swords, understanding that expectations equal disappointment, that you realize it's not others that are causing us our pain and our suffering. It's our thoughts and our beliefs about what we think about individuals, and what we assign the story of what those things mean about our life. And so there's this freedom that can come, and this power that comes in with you allowing yourself to feel the feels. So feel the disappointment that you felt, but then go, why was I disappointed? Because I expected this of them and they didn't live up to my expectation. So is it their fault for not living up to what I expected? Or is it my fault that I put this expectation on them? And then we realize as we look into that, that there's no fault at all, because it's just a thought and a belief that we learned from an opinion from very long ago. And as we learn, like, oh, so I was taught that people are supposed to be faithful to one another one on one. Some countries don't believe that. Some countries are like, no, you're supposed to be with two or three different people. There's different beliefs everywhere. And we're like, where did that belief come from? Well, someone somewhere decided and put these rules around love and relationship and blah blah blah, and they just been passed down and spread out. And when we really get down to the root of love, unconditional love, there's no conditions on love. And so there's this transformation that you're going through and understanding the restrictions that you have on yourself and others around love and everything else in the world too, right? So that's what they have for you now, right now, Aprilia. So many blessings to you. All right, David Doolittle, good afternoon. Good to see you again. And you would like an insight on your upcoming job situation. Absolutely. So let's take a look here. What about the job? All right. These cards go flying. So I like this for you with the Five of Discs, the Five of Pentacles, because this is about your going through this change of how you relate your um, like your moment by moment sustenance, like you're changing about where you're looking at it from, and that there's this change from fear to something that's more secure for you. Excuse me. And so, when we look to mankind for us to bring us our sustenance and bring us what we need, we understandably are in fear, and we're like, oh my gosh, this the instability of the human, that I talk about a lot is, they we can they can go into fight or flight mode when they're triggered and pull back sustenance, pull back what they're giving, right? Because they are afraid, and they put up walls. So when we depend on them for our sustenance, we're like, "Oh my gosh, am I gonna have it today or not?" But when we really start getting disappointed enough in the outside world, you eventually turn inward and upward, and you see that it's the source, the creator, the universe, whatever you believe the higher power to be. They're the ones are have the endless resources. They're the ones that bring us everything we need in this moment, and that's what's beautiful. And then so the we have this transformation about our worth and about our sustenance that we're going to have, and so there's this solidity that comes in. So around job, I feel like there's this change of fear and uh, like desperation for I've got to have this kind of job, or to have this in the job, or this needs to happen at work, to where we start to go more with the flow. And when we go more with the flow, we go further, and more things come to us, and we're just like, wow. So when I was resisting it, trying to control everything, it's like a little 2-year-old grabbing the steering wheel of the car. We're like, oh my god, we're going off road. you know but when the creator, the adult in our life, is driving the car and guiding us, then even though we pretend like we're holding on to the wheel, they're the ones that are turning it. And we're like, okay, I see that my life is being guided in a beautiful and perfect way. Because that does open up to the 10 of Cups here, which is about emotional fulfillment and feeling whole and complete. So I like that with the job situation here, as you're releasing the need to control things. And then you have the Six of Cups, which is the nostalgia card. I almost feel like um, this means something about a past job comes back to benefit you, either in experience, or an old job contacts you back and says, "You know what? I know we laid you off because we were going through rough times and blah 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 blah. We're hiring back, and we'd love to have you. We're going to give you this and this extra because to make up for that, we had to let you go, but we're in a much better place now." It's something along those lines. Something, or you bump into someone you used to work with that's working somewhere else, and they tell you about a job. So I feel like this is what's unfolding for you with that. So I like it. So that's what they have for you right now. uh, David, do a lot. Changing your energy, you do so much, David. All right, many blessings. All right, Shay, you are very welcome. All right, Isha Ikba, I probably mispronounced that. My apologies. And you'd like love guidance. Let's take a look here and see what they have for you. All right. Evidently, they do have a message for you here. So you got 2 cards so far. Let me see. Can I have some clarity around this? Okay. So you do have new love that will be coming into your life with the Page of Cups coming in. So there is that energy. Um, it is going to be a little bit that right now with the Queen of Pentacles. This is about new abundance and birthing coming, but this card with this card tell me about cycles. She's usually pregnant, and the birthing cycle takes time, and then the moon cycles take time. This is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and so is the moon. The moon is Mother Luna, which is very much about nurturing. Um, like the Cancer zodiac sign, very mothering, nurturing energy. And so they're wanting you while the cycles are unfolding, they do want you to dive deep and look into your heartbreak and the thoughts and the feelings that you've had about disappointment and your fears of being heartbroken in the future, because these thoughts and these beliefs are what bring you pain. It's the fear that pricks your heart, not other people. The disappointment that comes in, like if you have a belief that um, and they're just giving me something silly, not silly because I used to have that belief a long time ago. If someone didn't give me something on my birthday, that means they don't love me. Wow. Someone doesn't give me a gift at Christmas, they don't love me. If someone doesn't give me something on Valentine's Day, you hate me. We have all these thoughts and these beliefs about what something is supposed to mean when it happens or doesn't happen, and how we're supposed to feel as we go through it. And because we're given all these mindsets about what love is, how you prove you love me or not, we have a lot of disappointment and a lot of fear that ignites that I'm unlovable. That's the fear. That's what you know pokes us in the heart and makes us feel that way. And so there is this beautiful awareness and this deep diving that they want to do while you're in this cycle of things unfolding, so that you can expand your self love, expand the area in which love can come into your life. Because as you remove these expectations and these stories that we have around love, then it frees you to allow things to come in differently. It magnetizes your heart in a higher vibration of love rather than a lower vibration of fear love. And so you're able to bring in someone new and different instead of doing what we always did and drawing in these mirrors to show us our pain. Instead, we're finding this self-love and it's growing that draws us in new type of people instead. So that's what they have for you right now, Isha. So many blessings for you. All right, Rose Pink, you are up. Okay, so let's see here. Mm, okay, I get you. So you just want some guidance on whether that past person is coming back or not. What spirit would like you to know? All right. Okay. Anything else? Okay. um, I am seeing that no, that this person is not to be in your life anymore for where your soul is wanting you to go. Because you have the nine, the hermit, which is all about internal search, being on this inner search by yourself for a little bit, and it's your higher self that's guiding you within this lamp, within this wand that's being brightened. So they're guiding you on this inner path. And the three of discs, the three of pentacles, is about this. They're helping you go on this path to feel comfortable expressing the authentic you and being you, instead of trying to be who you think other people want you to be lovable. And they're like, we're done with that, because it's frustrating. It's an ugly feeling we have when we're have to shrink ourselves, have to dim our light in order to feel like to be with other people. And so this is what they're saying, is that they want you to go on this inner search to find the comfort in you expressing the true you, not the one that we have all the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around, which is the sword suit. All the expectations, all the stuff that you were told of who you're supposed to be and you should be and need to be and have to be. You have the Ace of Swords here, which connects you on this inner search to the beautiful powerful capital T truths that are rooted in the unconditional love of the higher realms. It's allowing you to cut away these stories and these thoughts and these beliefs about who you are and who you're not supposed to be and who you should be and you have to be, and like a little prison, a little cage they're keeping you in, and you're freeing yourself from that with this inner search, which will, one, show you what your true wish is, what your heart truly wants, not trying to do this checklist of all the stuff that your mind says is supposed to be. And then you have wish fulfillment based on that. So again, a nine, the nine is your inner search, and you find this wish fulfillment through that inner search and through this emotional wish fulfillment. So I feel like for them, know that that person, they were in your life on purpose for a purpose, but that purpose is done, and you have a new adventure ahead, which will bring you into a place that's so much more in alignment with who you want to be. So I like that for you, Rose Pink. So many blessings. That's what they have for you today. All right. So Anya Ahuya, you are up next. Will you ever get physically imminent? Ooh, with Igor. Let's find out. Uh-oh. So tell us about Igor and Anya. All right. All right. So anything else? And anything else? Let me just get a little more clarity here. It doesn't feel like that, because I didn't get any wands, which wands is the fire and the passion. And because what first came out here, you've got the double endings and double new beginnings of the judgment card, which is your higher self calling you to this higher place, understanding your worth in a different way as you relate it to the outside world. And there's this movement in the outside world. So I feel like with what your spirit, this is like your higher self, is having this evolvement, having you change on how you see yourself in relation to the outside world, is what is coming through here. And it is this change of thought and belief and mindset. You know, these swords are your expectations and the stories and your understanding of things. And it is about you're changing your perception of lovers, of what that means and what's expected. And so I feel like the spirit is taking you on this journey of understanding more about your worth and who you are in relation to the outside world, because you have the hermit card too, which is turning you inward on your personal journey, allowing the higher realm, your spiritual self, to guide you on this inner path. So I feel like with all of those cards coming out, with none of them being passion, that it doesn't seem like that is in the cards right now. You know, they're taking you on this inner journey to understand yourself more and your worth, and that's what like the focus is, because it's your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets about intimacy and lovers and relationship, and they are just taking you to this higher place to look at both yourself and relationships in a different way. Not to say that you won't ever have intimacy in the future. They're just wanting it's like the thought and belief around it is what changes. And so it just changes the experience that when it does happen. I'm not sure if it'll be with Igor. Right now, they're wanting you to focus on that inner journey. So that's what they have for you right now, Anya. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. You're very welcome. Double, triple, quadruple X. All right. Fairy Wish, you are up. Let me see. Okay. So is Athi thinking about you? If so, what does he think about you? All right, Ramya, let's take a look here. see what they have to say. So it does appear that he does think about you, or at least he feels about you, because there is emotion here that is ignited within them around you. The Two of Wands is telling me that they go back and forth between what they feel. And I feel like they go back and forth between passion, like physical attraction and passion and fire within them, and then also thinking about emotion. And so I feel like there's like this movement back and forth depending on their mood. It's like, oh, stay away from them around a full moon. But I just feel like they go back and forth with this. Yeah. And it's emotional confusion, or they have a lot of different emotions around you and it's constantly fluctuating. So there is this instability around their emotions and around what they're feeling. And will that change? It does appear that it will change because you got the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, which is the 10, which is the changing of things. And it brings joy and happiness here. Although, let me get clarification on that Three of Cups because sometimes that Three of Cups can mean a third party. Let me just get confirmation here. Yep, they have the Knight of Cups. There's movement and love, romance, 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 and the Five of Wands. The Medusa, changing of energy from fear to love, from fear to love. But it's also conflicting type of energy. I feel like that they are kind of like a Casanova energy that's popping in here with all those emotional cards that are there. They very much are this romantic. It's like they love feeling passion, and it doesn't necessarily need to be with one person. Yeah, kind of have the Four of Cups here. I feel like again, Three Cups. I just feel like there's a lot of emotion around there. You know, I don't feel like they are in a place of being committal. They're committed to passion and feeling romance. Um, Usually more focused on passion, if you know what I mean. So that's what kind of what I feel right now is that they do think about you, but not just you. So that's what they have awareness around. Little, just a little fiery, passionate little Casanova is what I'm picking up. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings. Hang in there. All right. Bandana, welcome, new subscriber. And thank you for subscribing, and everyone else also for liking and giving the video a thumbs up. It just helps out the channel so much, helps spread the love. And so I definitely appreciate that. So, Bandana, you want to know if the Scorpio, are they going to take action for improving your guys' connection? Let's take a look and see. All right, let's see what we got here. It does appear so. I know this doesn't look super at first. I'll show you the other cards though. So you have the Lovers card. So this is, of course, the connection between you two. And there's this death and this rebirth. So it's like the old connection ends and a newer connection goes. And the Nine of Pentacles appears. Nine of Pentacles is a good, solid number, with it being Pentacles is success and your abundance as a relation to the outside world. And it makes you feel this wholeness and this completeness. Now, nines are normally by yourself, but I feel, when you're asking about them taking action, the Magician card here is an action card. It is about, you know, uh, putting energy forward, focusing energy forward. So I do feel like they will. that there will be an ending and a new beginning that brings you, into a more, uh, like I said, an improved connection, a different, higher connection than was before. So I do like that for you. So that's what they have to say. Easy breezy. So many blessings for you. All right. Moving on down. So we've got Noha Assam. You are next. Well, you say hello, love and light. Many blessings to you. I don't see you have a question. Looks like you retracted it, so you might have had to go. So, Mira, we are on to you. And it's asking, will A contact you? He's a Leo and you're a Pisces. Let's take a look here. We're going to move to the Tarot of the Magical Forest. All right. Let's see what we got here. So, will A contact you? It looks like in time. I know we always love that because you got the 6 of Cups here, which is about nostalgia. It's about memory, and you also have this is the Page of Wands, which is new passion, new energy, which can be movement. Wands is kind of like movement, and I feel like they're going to move on, past connection. So I feel like they're thinking about you, and that they will have movement on there. Especially with you have the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. I feel like they're taking a lot of focusing their energy a lot in their life, and I feel like that's what's taking so long for them to really do that because the 7 of Pentacles is the one that I feel is the card about it's taking time, um, because they are real. It takes time for things to grow. The last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit, and so it's taking time for them to get things figured out in their outside world to get them to a point where they feel they have the energy and the time. Kind of feel like they're an individual that if they can't do it right, they don't want to do it. They don't want to like reach out to someone. It's like texting someone saying hi, but they're about to go into a meeting. They don't want to do that because then you respond back and you're like, "Hello, you were just there." It's that kind of energy. Like they're like, "I don't have the energy to invest. I don't want to put anyone through that. I want to do it right." Because at the end of it all, there's the 10 of Pentacles, which is about fulfillment of the outside world, and I feel like that is what is in their intentions, and but it's just taking time. They want to make sure they get their life in order, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming through right now for you, Mira. So that's what they have. Many blessings for you. All right, Sunita Jain. Hello, hello. And you are up. A general read for the next 6 months. All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what we have coming in. Whoa. Preparing. Let's take a look. So the first card that popped up here, you have the 3 of Wands. So over the 6 months, you are going to be having some things come into your life that are going to take you off course from where you were headed into a different direction. And this is you doing this. Yeah. It's like your dream, your wish fulfillment changes. Like what you are realizing you want in your life, like what your wish is, actually, I feel changes and adjusts here. Let's see what else we have here for those say why. All right. Yeah. So the Emperor card is coming in here, which is about you really standing up for what you want in your life. And you have um, it's like the wish that you've been trying to live was the wish that someone else gave you in the past. Yeah, and it has to do with love. So you were told like who you were supposed to be with, who you should be with, what you're supposed to be with, how it's all supposed to unfold. But you're changing that. You are saying, "No, I'm not." Yeah, they're showing me. I was watching some movies on Thanksgiving, which were all about queens who were daughters that were married off for these arrangements, and they're like they stood up and that's kind of what I feel this energy is like I'm not going to be a piece of merchandise that's traded. I get to choose. Yeah, and here you are, you're getting this peace of mind. You're sleeping on this Ace of Swords, which has allowed you to see things, capital T truths, that are rooted in unconditional love and allowed you to slice away these old expectations. So I really do feel with that, especially with the four being the emperor and this four, it's reinforcing that. Yeah. And you have victory, you have celebration, you have recognition. The 6 of Wands is this your passions, you're becoming clear and having movement in your passions during the next 6 months. Yeah. And then you have the Empress, which is about new beginnings, new birth, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, who she comes before the Emperor and the Hierophant, which those two after it are all about rules, societal rules, religious rules, and the Empress is more Mother Nature, so much more free flowing and open and sensual and creative and birth, right? So new birth coming in. And then your final one is the victory card, the power of choice as well. You get to choose what story you apply to anything in your life, and you get to choose what emotion you want to feel as you go through it. So the card to end your 6 months on is the Chariot, which shows that you are taking those bulls by the horn and you are directing your life on where you want to head and what you want to do. And you're just taking over your kingdom. You're just like, I'm not going to be live my life at someone else's whim of what they want it. You don't get to give me my dream for my life. I came here to live my own dream. And you're finding that within. And I really feel over these 6 months, you are really just saying, putting your foot down in what you want to have. So that's what they have for you, Sunita. So many blessings to you. You are very welcome, Samya. All right. Arati. Welcome. And today, your question today is Rushikesh. I probably mispronounced that. You know who it is, who you're asking there, your future husband. Are they your future husband? So let's take a look here. All right, let's take a look here. All right, any clarity on that? Yeah. By these cards, I don't believe so, because you have the Eight of Cups, which is you leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you and heading off into wish fulfillment. So I feel like that this isn't because you also have the World card, which is the ending of old cycles and the beginning of a new adventure. And with your future that's coming, this is you making decisions of the mind, which is all of the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets, where all these expectations that are put on you. But there's also bringing in your heart. And that's because the moon here, it's allow your heart to be part of the decision making for your future as well. And I know sometimes that's outside of your control based on culture, but I feel like they are really nudging, like they're not your future husband. Um, that there's someone that's more in alignment that will be more towards what you're wishing for in life. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Because here's the all those expectations, thoughts, and beliefs and mindsets that are blinding you, binding you, and making you feel trapped. But once you don't look at just from your mind and allow your heart in, then you have this beautiful uh, inner fulfillment that flows out into outer fulfillment in your outside world as well. So it ends up the choice that you make, the other choice that comes is more beneficial and overflowing for your life. So that is what they have for you, Arati. So many blessings for you. Hey, Mary, Mary the Aries. Hello, hello. So let's take a look here. Can you tell you what the Cancer feels ashamed about? What is he hiding? Does he want to tell you or talk about it in fear of your reaction? Let's take a look here. A little more clarity here. Well, seems like I don't. Let me just read these cards because I'm not feeling like they're answering your question, which you're like, I know. So you have the Knave of Pentacles, which is about new opportunities opening up in the outside world, right? And you have the Six of Pentacles here. So the Six of Pentacles, when it comes to relationship, is about, the codependency awareness card. And there is this um, emphasis on when we overgive and we don't allow someone to give to us, then that makes them want to express it in different other places, which can be workaholism um, and they just feel low about themselves. They want to be able to give, but if we're used to over giving and feeling like like I talked about earlier, if our exchange rate is I have to give you 100 of something to deserve one back from you, and you want to give me 10, that means I have to give you 1,000. I'm like, I can't do that. I don't have that in me. You can only give me, let you give me two, you know, I can give you 200. I can do that, but we limit what they're allowed to give to us. And so they just don't feel good about themselves. And so they want to be able to do something, want to be able to do something more with their life. And I feel like maybe they have this, they want to be their authentic selves. They want to be able to express, like they have a wish they want to do, but they don't feel like they can share it because um, they feel like that will disappoint you or hurt you, that they want to be able to do something different with their life. Maybe I'm not. Don't feel like it's relationship because I don't see cups. I feel like this might be like maybe they don't enjoy the work that you guys are doing together. Maybe that's what they're. Um, they feel like it's not being cohesive or it's not working out the way they wanted it to do with being in business together or something, maybe. Because they do have, for you, they have and this can be actually for both of you, because you have the Hermit, which is card number 9, and then the Nine of Pentacles, which is about finding into abundance independently within yourselves. So I almost feel like maybe that's this um, what's bothering them. I guess I don't feel like it's relationship, like like they want to be with someone else. I feel like they want to do different work, or they want to do separate work because it's frustrating them or something. But you have the High Priestess, which is about step away from it all, really reflect, see what your expectations are, what your thoughts, your beliefs, and your mindsets are around their reaction, but what's going on with them. And um, just see what your heart says, what you hear in the silence. It's like it's taking time away, maybe just even if it's a couple hours of, if you go for a walk or go have a grab some tea and go sit in a car somewhere, or whatever it is, to get away into nature and away from all the noise, so that you can really tune into your heart and your gut. Because I feel that high priestess is to really understand what is happening and what is the approach there. But I just feel like, like you feel that they're ashamed about something, that look into your heart and ask yourself, what do you feel ashamed about? What do you feel you're hiding from yourself? What don't you want to tell yourself? Because this is a mirror for you that's going on right now. And that too, with the high priestess, they're wanting you to look into your own thoughts and your beliefs, and what are these? What is this bringing up for you? What are your fears? What are you afraid? Um, what are you fearing to face? Right. And just really look at those, because if there's a thought and a belief, let's say it is that they don't want to work together anymore. What beliefs do you have around that? Right. And what fears do you have around that? And you're just like, okay, so how can we do this independently? You know, how can this work differently? Um, type of thing. And just see what comes up. And then as you face those things, then you'll see clarity, and then things will come to light, I feel. But I feel like right now the mirror that they're wanting you to do is to look into all this for yourself and to see what's going on with you there. Yeah, because you have the page of cups, new emotions, higher emotions. um, it's like you getting a hold of, you holding the cup, um, is an important piece. You understanding your emotions and what's going on there. I feel like I keep on pulling more and more cards. Knight of Cups, so it's movement, and this is you in your pursuit of love and higher love, and uh, understanding this. So all of this is unfolding for you to really understand your heart and your love. Mirror, mirror, mirror. You know, so that's what they have for you, Mary. They didn't do super clarity, but I feel like if you take the step away and you just really reflect, that getting away from it all and getting into a calm space is what it takes for you to get the clarity of mind. Because I feel like there's a lot of fear going on right now, which doesn't allow us to think straight, right? And so it's like, gotta get away, get some chamomile tea or something. Just calm, whatever calms you, so that you can come to this place and reflect on that. So that's what they have for you right now, Mary. So hang in there. Many blessings for you. All right. All right. Looks like we still have a lot to go here. um, so I'm going to let that be my last reading for this session. I will be back in about 5 hours for my evening session. So if I wasn't able to get to you this on this session, my dearest apologies. I'm almost at 3 hours, and I try to keep it to two, and I keep telling myself that, but here we are. I just can't help myself. Maybe I need an intervention. But I so enjoy pulling cards. And please, if you need an immediate answer to something, please check out my playlist. I have a ton of pick a card readings. I have weekly energy updates. I have monthly readings. Just follow spirit, and they will guide your heart to the reading that has the message for you. They're smart that way. I also offer personal readings if you guys ever need any of those. All that information is listed in the description box of the video. So if you're ever needing, like, I've been trying forever to get a reading and I keep on, getting in late. And because the earlier you come in, of course, I usually get through quite a few readings, but the list gets long very fast. And I understand. But if you are wanting to reserve and get a personal reading, you can do that as well. There's a cost for those, but they're pretty reasonable. Um, but that's all I have for right now. So please know that every second of every day that you are here in this beautiful adventure, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until we see each other again, you guys hang in there, take care of yourselves, and have a great night or a great day wherever you're at in the world. And we'll see you soon. Take care.